These are the words of real children who were hopeless, lost, and afraid. Real children who had no one to say, "I'm proud of you, I believe in you, and you are valuable." Real children rejected by their communities because they lost their parents. These are the words of children who had to become caretakers for their siblings, trying to find food and housing for themselves and those they were now responsible to protect. In every sense of the word, they were vulnerable. In 2004, God prompted a group of people to form ZOE, a relief organization for children in Zimbabwe. In 2006, a local woman, Epiphany, worked with her teammates to create a model of care that empowered young people rather than simply giving them the things that foreigners believed they needed. A hand up rather than a hand out. The model continued to evolve into the program we see today. ZOE takes a radically different approach to caring for vulnerable children. They've changed from a child sponsorship paradigm to a child empowerment paradigm, and that has made all the difference. Vulnerable children are placed in what are called empowerment groups, and they essentially become a functioning community and family group for one another. In September, Heritage sent a small team to Kenya to meet with the Conquerors, our first empowerment group of children. Energy was high for the children and for our team as they both experienced a wide range of emotions. We met at a church, and while some of the kids were initially nervous and shy, we began to hear amazing, heartbreaking stories. Eric, the chairperson of the group, shared with us the horrors of his past, including abuse, crime, substance abuse, and neglect. With tears in his eyes, he recounted the feeling of being abandoned and unloved. However, tears of sorrow became tears of joy and gratitude. Even though he is only 9 months into a 3-year journey, Eric, once without a family and hopeless, is now the leader of this empowerment group, is a business owner, and has joy and hope. He shared that, even though he may not have 3 meals a day, he knows where his next meal will come from, and he is proud of himself for the person he is. A boy who once was an outcast in his community is now a community leader and is helping to change the trajectory of a whole generation of children who now know who they are. They are loved. They are valued. Like Eric's, we heard stories of abuse, hardship, despair, and loss, but each and every one who shared spoke of how God had saved them and how the horrors of their past were behind them. Those who had no homes now were building their own. Those who had no food were becoming farmers and providing for the needs of others. Those who had no family now had a family, and the other children now sitting around that circle. This is what empowerment looks like. This is what redemption looks like. This is what the kingdom of God in action looks like. The lost are found, the poor are lifted up and empowered, the lonely are set in families, and children, once without hope, are living out the gospel by being hope for one another. We celebrate that we are not the heroes of the story. Jesus and his children are the heroes of this story. And we look forward with hope and anticipation to what God will do over the next 3 years and beyond. This is ZOE. This is our heritage.